Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is Dusty Trooper and I'm a Star Wars The Black Series collector. In today's video, I'm going to go through my top 10 wish list that I want made in the Black Series line. Starting at number 10, I'm going to go with Lobot. This character we saw in The Empire Strikes Back. He's a human from the planet Bespin who has assistance from his cyborg construct. During The Empire Strikes Back, Lando Calrissian was the Baron Administrator of Cloud City, and we saw Lobot here as his aide. Lobot's iconic cybernetic implants enabled him to communicate with the city's central network. Lobot is a very minor character in Empire Strikes Back with very little screen time, but his role to gather their security forces to retake our main characters was important to the story. For these reasons and his cool appearance, I'd think he would go great in any Empire Strikes Back display. He's a great background character, but he's not the most desirable figure to be made. With that said, I think number 10 is a great spot for him. Next at number 9 is Oola from The Return of the Jedi. Oola is a Twi'lek that we first see in Jabba's palace on Tatooine. Oola was a slave to Jabba, who we saw doing some exotic dancing in the beginning of the film. Oola was unfortunately killed very early on after she was fed to Jabba's rancor. Oola would make a great figure to add to the line because of some of the other Jabba's palace figures we've got recently. She would go perfect in any display with Jabba and this throne, and thankfully we're getting a release of him here soon. There's been some amazing looking customs of Oola people have made, and I really hope Hasbro makes this figure. Unfortunately, I don't see it happening, considering what seems to be hesitation bringing Slave Leia back into the line. Next at number 8 is Moff Gideon in his new Beskar Dark Trooper suit he appears in during The Mandalorian Season 3. His appearance in this new Beskar armor was absolutely amazing looking, and I don't think Hasbro is going to let this opportunity get away. I'm sure Hasbro will be announcing or pipelining this soon along with other characters from Season 3. If done right with great articulation, a removable helmet, and a good head sculpt, this figure would easily be a certified Black Series banger. Coming up next, we're going to follow the same trend of Mando Season 3 and give the number 7 spot to the Imperial Armored Commandos. These Imperial Special Forces Commandos were under command of Moff Gideon, and they were equipped with white blaster-resistant armor that was made of a Beskar alloy. These Imperial Armored Commandos, just like Moff Gideon's Beskar suit, looked absolutely amazing in the show, and if made into a figure, they'd go perfectly next to each other in a Mandalorian display. These Imperial troopers would also make great army builders for fleshing out your Imperial military. Now, for the number 6 spot, I'm going to give it to my boy, Newt Gun Ray. Newt Gun Ray served as the Viceroy of the Trade Federation during the final decades of the Galactic Republic. We desperately need more aliens and separatist representation in the Black Series, and Newt Gun Ray would fill that spot quite nicely. This figure could be marketed for any of the prequel packaging, but I think he'd look best in his Episode 1 look with the Episode 1 packaging. It would also be great to get Newt Gun Ray considering the announcement of more Episode 1 figures such as Child Anakin and Padme coming to the line. Next at number 5 is the 41st Scout Battalion Troopers. We saw these troopers in the Revenge of the Sith during the droid attack on the Wookiees. The 41st Scout Troopers were an elite clone infantry unit in the 41st Elite Corps under the command of Clone Commander Gree. These clones look incredible, and I'd love to have them made in the Black Series. I'm sure they'd look awesome in any Clone Wars display or on your shelf next to Commander Gree that's been in the line for quite some time already. Coming in at number 4 is a character that needs no introduction. It's Master Jedi Yoda. So we have plenty of Yodas in the Black Series, but they're original trilogy Yodas. We have 0 prequel versions of Yoda in the line, and we desperately need one. It doesn't matter if he's marketed in the Clone Wars package, the Attack of the Clones, or the Revenge of the Sith packaging. We just need him. I'm not sure why Hasbro hasn't made this yet, but hopefully they'll do one here soon in the near future. We need a Yoda figure that's more articulated and action-focused like he was in the prequels. Yoda is a pretty small character, so I'd like to see some added accessories come with him, like an alternate head and hands. It would also be cool to get his Jedi Council chair like the SH Figuarts Yoda got, but I think that's probably very unlikely with Hasbro unless they do a deluxe release. Next at number 3 is also a character that needs no introduction. It's the Senate. Just joking, it's a prequel Chancellor Palpatine or Emperor Palpatine. Just like Yoda, we have no prequel representation in the line of him. Palpatine is literally the main villain in all of Star Wars, and he's completely missing in the line as far as prequel marketing goes. I would truly love to see Palpatine be made in the Black Series for honestly any of his prequel movie looks, but I think I would really prefer him being in his Revenge of the Sith red robes look the most. It would be so cool if they also included him with an alternate dark side head and alternate Force lightning hands for that Revenge of the Sith look when he had an attempt on his life that left him scarred and deformed. Coming in at number 2 is the Paratrooper clones, or otherwise known as airborne clones. The 212th Attack Battalion's 2nd Airborne Company paratroopers trained for airborne operations in the Grand Army of the Republic, and we saw them in action in the Revenge of the Sith. These clones hold so much nostalgia for me growing up with the prequels, and I honestly can't believe we haven't had these made in the Black Series yet. We already have the basic mold for the figure in the line, and all they would need to do is add a little new sculpting and repaint the figure, but we get holiday Nutcracker Purge troopers instead. Finally, we get to the number 1 spot. This figure is honestly my most highly desired figure to have in the Black Series. I feel like it's such an iconic and uniquely designed character from the original trilogy, and I can't believe Hasbro hasn't made it yet. The figure I'm talking about is, of course, the Imperial Gunner. This is one of my most favorite-looking Imperial character designs in the whole original trilogy. Imperial Gunners, or Imperial Weapons Technicians, are members of the Imperial military, and they operated various weapons on not only ships, but battle stations and military bases also. We first saw these gunners in A New Hope operating the planet-destroying super lasers on the Death Star. Having these guys come to the Black Series would really add to anyone's original trilogy or Imperial display. This guy would be a great army builder, and if he ever came to the Black Series, I'd definitely pick up quite a few of them to flesh out my Imperials. So that's gonna do it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and go ahead and let me know what your top 10 Black Series list is down in the comments. Please consider liking this video. It would really help the channel grow, and I would appreciate it very much. Also, please subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more Star Wars The Black Series related content. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all on the next video.